As we get into the festive period with all the jolly making and planning for the Christmas, for this season of love, quite a number of people will probably forget to think of what they want for next year. I'm talking about a lot of people forgetting to make plans for the coming year. Welcome to Times of Refreshing. I'm your host, Tony Akonle. Today on Times of Refreshing, I want to talk to you about planning ahead. Have you ever heard the phrase from a lot of people that goes this way? Oh, the year crept on me suddenly. Truth be told, the year did not creep on you at all. Neither did it creep on me. We've had 12 months in the year for us to be able to plan, to evaluate what we did last year, and make new plans so that we can succeed, have a fruitful and fulfilled 2020. That is exactly what I want to talk to us about today. Do you know that a lot of companies have already made their plans for 2020? A lot of individuals have already done so. But there are still some of us who are like last minute people. It's not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong, you can still make your plans. But it's always better to start early or earlier in the year. But don't worry about it if you've not made your plans. That is why I'm making this podcast. So let's set the ball rolling by looking at 2019. If you had a goal or a set achievement for 2019, by now you need to evaluate how you've done. Did you think you've done well enough? Did you think you succeeded all your plans for 2019? As we count down to this year winding up, did you think you succeeded in your goal? Or did you think you failed in some aspect? Whatever the answer is, I tell you, it is not something to beat yourself about. Because if you succeeded in all your goals and your plan for 2019, then you need to take stock of the factors that made you succeed and begin to look at how you can apply it to the goals you set for next year. And if you failed in any area of your goals for this year, well, it's not over. It's not done yet. You can still go back to the drawing board, research on the factors that made you fail, that did not make you do well, and look at how you can better do it so that you can have some more success before the year runs out. However, it is important for us to know that we need to plan for the future because 2020 is already the future. We've not lived 2020 yet. We need to plan so that we do not fail. I'll take that again. We need to plan so that we do not fail. Because when we don't plan, there's the tendency that we might fail in some of the endeavors we want to achieve. But if we plan, success is guaranteed. What are some other things you need to do so that you can have a very good, fruitful, and fulfilling 2020? One of the things I want to say is that it is always important to plan, like I said, but it's important to set a goal. Goals helps us to have a focus for what we want to achieve for the new year. If you don't have a goal, you're probably just going to do things the way they come to you. But if you have a goal, either a short-term goal or a long-term goal, you would be able to know how to plan towards achieving that goal. So it's important for you and I to have a goal. If you do not have any goal right now, think of what you love to achieve. Think of where you want to be by the end of 2020. Think of what your passion is and begin to think of the goals you want to set for 2020. I can't tell you your goals. You have to make up your mind about what you want to achieve for 2020. And having done that, you also need to begin to think of the resources you will need to actualize this goal. It is important. You know, the Bible talks about a man who plans to build a house and did not count the cost. And at the end of the day, he could not finish and he became the laughing stock of his friends. That will not be you and that will not be me. That is why we need to think about the resources that we need to achieve our goal come next year. So think about them right now so that you can begin to put plans in place to be able to get those resources. You also need to think of the strategies you need to apply so that you can get from point A, which is setting your goals, to point, maybe we want to say point B, C, until you get to point Z, to achieving that set goal. When we have strategies in mind, when we research strategies that we need to apply, it will help us step by step, stage by stage in our goals. What are the things that do we need to do? Like I said, think of what made you succeed in the past year, though this year is not out yet, but think of those factors that make you succeed and see if you can apply it to your goals for next year. Think of the factors that made you fail and find ways, research on how to avoid them and to do them better for next year. If you are able to do all this, you can be assured that next year will not just be, it will not just creep on you, like we like to say. It will not just come all of a sudden like that upon you. You would have at least been able to put something in place. I have it written down here that research is very important. You must continue to research on what you want to achieve. That goal, that plan, that achievement that you want to be able to get to, you must research. Research people who have succeeded in those fields. Research people who have done so well. Think of things you need. Research what you need to do so that you'll be able to achieve what your plan is. I want to encourage you, even as we plan to have a very nice Christmas, because I plan to have a nice Christmas for my family. As you plan to have a nice Christmas, take a little time out for yourself. Think about what you want to achieve for next year. Think about what you want next year to be for you, so that you can plan towards it. Remember, once again, we must plan so that we can succeed. I want to encourage you to share this broadcast, to like our page, follow us on all our social media platforms. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. Once again, don't forget what we talked about today. Plan so that you will not fail, so that you can succeed. Until next time on Times of Refreshing, I'm your host, Toyin Akole. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for staying tuned. Remember to join us next time. Have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.